Ditto is mainly known in Pokemon as a breeding tool, but ever since Generation 5, it can be used competitively too. With its ability Imposter, it can copy an opponent and their boosts too. With a Choice Scarf, it becomes the ultimate revenge killer, taking down even the most powerful Pokemon. Ditto copies an opponent's stats exactly, which means two things. One is that 99.99% of the time, its own stats don't matter. But two, it also means that you can optimize your stats for the 0.01% time it does matter. The main reason being why not? If one IV and EV spread is always going to be better than another, why not use that even if it only matters really rarely? Ditto IV and EV spreads can get really intricate and they've been optimized to a crazy degree. Let's take a look. The first thing any Ditto does is maxing out its HP stat. When a Ditto copies an opponent, it copies every stat except HP, so you might as well max that out on your own. This is pretty ordinary and straightforward and wouldn't be worth making a video about. The next question though is, what do you do with the remaining EVs? In Generation 8 only, you would actually invest the remaining EVs in your special attack because the move Future Sight is common. Interestingly, if Ditto copies a Future Sight Pokemon, uses Future Sight, and then switches out, that Future Sight attack would be based on Ditto's special attack stat, not the Pokemon it copied. For that reason, investing in special attack covers Future Sight, the rare situation where your non-copied stats would matter. Outside of Generation 8, where Future Sight is common, you would want to invest in defensive EVs. The most common situation for Ditto's Imposter to not activate would be Other Ditto. In the rare Ditto versus Ditto situation, you would want more defensive EVs than your opponent. That way, when you get hit by a struggle, you take less damage. Similarly, you actually want to be as low as speed as you can be for that Ditto versus Ditto matchup. You actually want to move after your opponent, that way they die from struggle before you do. But there's actually one small catch. In Generation 8 only, you want to be as slow as you can be, but you also want to be able to outspeed Galarian Weezing. Galarian Weezing's neutralizing gas blocks Ditto's Imposter ability, so you would have to manually use the move Transform. Choice Scarf Ditto with 4 speed IVs is the slowest you can get while still outspeeding Galarian Weezing to get off the Transform. Outside of Generation 8, most Dittos just go down to 0 speed IVs and a negative speed nature because there's no Galarian Weezing to worry about. There's also a minor optimization with HP. If you use 248 HP EVs instead of 252, you take 1 less damage from Stealth Rock each time. This is personal preference though. If you think you're going to take Stealth Rock damage 2 or more times, 248 is better than 252. Otherwise, 252 would be the better one. Finally, in pre-Generation 8, Ditto also had to worry about Hidden Power. Ditto's Hidden Power type does not copy the attacking Pokemon's type. So if you ever copy a Pokemon that has Hidden Power, your Hidden Power would be based on your IVs, not the Pokemon you copied. For example, having 31 IVs in every stat gives you Hidden Power Dark. 31 IVs in every stat and 0 in speed coincidentally gives you Hidden Power Ice. In older generations, Landorus T would sometimes use Hidden Power Ice to hit other Lando. If a Ditto copied a Lando like that, Ditto would also want that HP Ice. What Hidden Power type you want really depends on what tier you're playing, and your Ditto's IV spread should be adjusted accordingly. For example, in the Gen 7 PU tier, you would run 30 attack and 30 special attack so that you would get Hidden Power Fire from when you copy Victory Bell, one of the top Pokemon in that tier. All in all, you end up with fascinating EV and IV spreads depending on the generation and metagame you're playing. You maximize HP, then you either maximize special attack or defense, and then you choose your speed based on the generation, and finally you manipulate your hidden power.